Hey, it's Steven, and welcome to Oak Haven Homestead, where today we're going to show you our chicken tractor. Stay tuned. All right, well, thanks for staying tuned. We're back here with our chicken tractor. So you search on YouTube, you'll see a lot of these Salatin style chicken tractors. We're not going to show you how to build one of these. We're just going to show you some features of the tractor that we have. I'm sure the first thing you notice is like, man, that's tall. So it is. It's 3 feet tall. I think the Salatin tractors like calls for 2 feet. So the idea for us was meat turkeys. So we thought, or thinking about contemplating doing meat turkeys the same way we do meat chickens. So we wanted a taller tractor to kind of see how that goes. We haven't done that yet, but that's the theory behind why we built it at 3 feet tall. Now it is an 8 by 10, so it's 8 feet wide and then it's 10 feet long. Nothing fancy here. You'll see a lot of different colored metals. So that's some metal we had laying around, or I got from some friends. Try to make this as economical as possible for us, because we're all about being frugal when we're building projects. Fit, form, and function for us is what the name of the game, and this works really well. Now the front part of it is built out of 2x4s. The long pieces here on the tops are 1x4s. So we use 1x4s on the sides to kind of help with the weight. So the first thing we want to show y'all is the water setup and how we have that structured. Now we use a Farmer Boy water here. That is gravity fed. We use a 5-gallon bucket. So this comes with everything that you see here with the hose, and I'm not being paid for this either, by the way, but it comes with the hose. The only thing we had to supply is the bucket, and of course I had to buy some tools at Harbor Freight. You got a free bucket. Now the neat thing about the bucket is, so all we did was drill a hole in the side of the bucket here, okay, and then we seal it up, and then I have this 2x4 supports for the bucket, so the bucket doesn't slide around whenever we're moving the tractor around, because we do move it every day. And I V'd this out so it sits in there like that. The door, nothing fancy. We have a kind of a big door that we set up here. What I do like about this 3 foot height is it's easy to get into. A lot easier than chasing the chickens around in the 2 foot high ones. But again, you build what you want. Like I said, there's a lot of tutorials on these. This is just what we built for us here on the homestead. Now we use a dolly to move it. There are a bunch of different ways, but the way we have this done is you just slide a dolly under it to pick it up here, and I can move it forwards and backwards. Now it's a challenge to move this, to turn it. So we're gonna be doing some upgrades to this to make it easier to maneuver this without having to just go linear with it. Now our favorite component is the back. Now there's a lot of different ways people utilize the backs of these for moving them or supporting or helping them move. Okay, now a lot of people do wheels. I've seen them with wheels on the side. I've actually seen chicken tractors with nothing. They just drag it across. We have a knockoff version of the chick lift, I believe it's called. So I actually built this to replicate what is a chick lift. Now, I'm not gonna say don't go buy one. I'm just wasn't gonna spend the kind of money when I had the stuff here to build it myself. Now I use 2-inch, 1/4-inch angle iron that you see right here on this, and then I used some 4-inch wide flat bar. This is 5/8 roll stock that you get at Lowe's, and then I bought these little 6-inch wheels that you can get at Harbor Freight. Now the cool thing about this is to utilize this to lift it up to move. So there it's in the down position. So when I get ready to lower it, I just push up here. This latches to hold it up off the ground, and then I can use my dolly on the front side there, and I can roll it. Now you see that I have a bit of a bow in my axle. So I'm going to be putting some flat bar on the bottom side of that to get that bow out so it picks it up a lot higher. Now, that's the coolest feature that I have here. Again, you can buy the chick lift. If you want it, there's ways that you can build these. I don't have a video on how to do this. I just took a picture of the one and made it my own. So it's pretty neat for us. And it's also easier for like my wife or any of the kids. They come out here to move this, they can just step on it. It doesn't take a lot of effort to lift it up. I get it up off the ground and then I can move it back and forth. So we like the ease of that for this. So now the next thing is really probably my favorite, next favorite feature on the chicken tractor, and that is how we feed them. A lot of people have the hanging, I've seen the hanging PVC pipes that go in here. I've seen the hanging feeders. I've seen people just have the feeders that sit on the ground. We didn't want to have to do something like that because we don't have to climb in there and move all that stuff. So after about a couple of weeks of racking our brains on different ways to do it, we have a pretty cool way of doing the feed for this tractor. So let me go grab a piece and I'll come right back. Okay, now we're using PVC. So I have some 4-inch PVC that I cut on my table saw. So I just cut a section of this out on my table saw. I sanded down the edges, there's no sharp edges. Put some 4-inch caps on each end. And then I have these brackets. Now my illustrious videographer broke this one earlier. So as soon as this dries out, I'm going to have to glue that back. But what we do is we fill this up with feed. So I'm gonna fill this up with feed here, okay? And then all I do is I have this little trap door. There we go. I got this little trap door, and then if you see, so I have a 2x4 here, okay? You see that 2x4? I set that right on there. I slide the feed in, boom, and voila. Now, our chickens have access to the feed. I don't have to climb in there to change the feed out. I don't have to crawl in. I don't have to reach down from the top to change the buckets out. I just lift this up here and I pull that out. Now we don't have a predator issue here where we're at, so I don't have to worry about keeping this locked up, but I do have a hole right here where you could put a screw to secure that in if you did have some concerns, if you were to do something like this. But all I did was just, I cut the tin on the two sides and I just flip it up, slide it in, slide it out, and fill it up with feed and do it all over again. So we're gonna take you inside so you can see how we built the supports for this. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty simple. I've got a 2x4 attached to the back, and then I just have a 2x4 bracket here that hangs down and attaches it to the front. Now, the cool thing about this is the U cutouts, that board that I have that attaches the PVC trough to, they're pretty tight here, so it's side to side. There's not a lot of movement. We've done 2 batches with this setup. We have had 30 birds this last time, and then we did 30 birds the time before. So we didn't have any issues with like the birds are actually, the chickens will jump up on top of it. It doesn't tip over. We had a failure like that. The only thing I will say is that we do ours about 3.5 weeks before we put them in here. Any younger, because it's a little bit higher off the ground, it's hard for them to reach up in there and get the food out of it. So, but that's it for our chicken tractor. We think it's pretty cool, has some unique features. Let us know what you think. Always like and subscribe. So again, let us know what you think. We appreciate your time you took to check out our chicken tractor, and we hope it inspires you to either make some modifications to yours to enhance it or to build your own. That's all for today. We'll see you soon.